It is Transfer Talk time, people. Welcome back to the channel. KG is here, and we're here to discuss two links in particular that I definitely believe could help Leeds United next season in the Premier League. Also, one link I want to touch upon that I sort of loosely saw and that we've got to steer clear of, and I'll give the reasons why. Also going to touch on Illan Meslier, and is he going to stay at the football club? We're going to get into it in this video, but first of all, we're going to be speaking about a goalkeeper that I have championed on this channel before, and I will link the previous video in one of these corners. But Yahia Fofana, according to multiple sources, Leeds United, promoted to the Premier League, is targeting Yahia Fofana to bolster their squad. Angers is asking for 10 million euros for the Ivorian goalkeeper who played 33 matches this season. He's also being tracked in Italy. This is somebody I said at the time, and I maintain, is somebody I would absolutely be comfortable and happy that Leeds United will go for. And it goes upon those things as well, that they're looking for 10 million euros, which is around 8 million pounds. That is the perfect price point for what we need at this point. You know, all this 25 million for Ramsdale and all this stuff, that don't impress me much, like Shania Twain. I don't need that. We don't need that. You can get an actual top goalkeeper for a cheap fee. I mean, we've just seen Mark Flecken move from Brentford to Leverkusen for, what was it, 13 million? That's insanely cheap for a goalkeeper of that quality. And this is it again. They've just survived relegation, and this man was a huge reason why. Big commanding goalkeeper, great reflexes, good at saving penalties, just a commanding presence. Now, the concern people always talk about is he's Ivorian, so he's going to go away for Africa Cup of Nations. I've said it once, and I'll say it again to make it clear. You need to get two goalkeepers anyway. So we need him, and we need a solid number two. So when he does eventually have to go to the Africa Cup of Nations, we hopefully won't feel the pinch. But when he plays games for Leeds United, or I say when, like we signed him, if he is to play games for Leeds United, he will be saving us points. He is that good. Statistically, across Europe, he's been performing as one of the best goalkeepers. And to get him for that price would be amazing. I mentioned in the previous video that he was linked with like 15 million pound moves to Brentford and Newcastle last summer. He only has a year left on his contract, which is why it's probably gone down to like 10 million euros now. And that has just gone in our favor. And if you can wrap this up, I can sleep so well at night knowing he would be our number one. I'd have no issues with this. This is a goalkeeper that we should be going for, and it's an unbelievable price for 8 million pounds. It really is. So 24 years old, has got so much more to give as well. He's not even in his prime yet. That's the most exciting thing, and we'd be getting a talent like this. So I'm sure there'll be other clubs interested. Like I said, there's interest from Italy, but if Leeds United can get in there fast, this is one where it wouldn't really hurt the PSR if we were to sign him tomorrow. You know, it's not like it's a 30 million pound transfer. This is one that's manageable, and you could probably move out some of our fringe players in order to just offset it against the PSR losses for this period. But yes, please, Leeds United, follow up the interest if it's real. Please go and get this guy because he would be brilliant. Another goalkeeper that was relegated in Ligue 1, Yehvann Diouf, would be another target for me if we fail to get Fofana, because I'm sure he'll be attainable now. They've been relegated out of the top league in France. But yeah, Rhyme have been relegated from the top league in France. But yes, Yahia Fofana, I'm here for it. But listen, give me your thoughts in the comments on that. But listen, there's also a report talking about Illan Meslier, and that his future is that he could be staying at Leeds United. And the report just goes into that the 49ers, although he's been dropped as the number one, they still see him as a good goalkeeper and won't be given away for free. And for me, people, that's just solid business stuff. That's not saying that Illan Meslier is going to be here. I highly doubt Illan Meslier will be here by the time we start the Premier League campaign. I highly doubt it. This is just the 49ers, this is just Leeds United saying, hey, listen, he is for sale, but don't try and come in with no idiot nonsense of a low balling bid. We still expect to sell him at a decent price. And that's all it is. It's just business people talking the business stuff. He's not going to be given away for free. But what I will say is, I think I was kind of optimistic before in a video I did about what we could get for sales of players. I think I put him up to, if Leeds United could get him out for a 12 million deal in total, then that would be brilliant. At this point, that would be probably the steal of the heist of the century at 12 million if we get him out for that. I expect him to go around for the same of like we'll get him for Fofana, maybe less actually, maybe 6 to 7 million. Because at this point now in PSR, and I hate speaking about this, but it will just go against the books because that 5 million is gone. You know what I mean? It would just be all going in against the books now. So yeah, in terms of Illan Meslier, if we were to sell him for 6 to 7 million at this point, when you're seeing like a Flecken go for 13 and now Fofana going for 8 possibly, yeah, that's great business if we get him back what we paid for him. So I fully expect him to go. I think it's just a case of the 49ers standing their ground saying he's not going to be going on the cheap. And look, we can't keep this here, man. Imagine Fofana goes after the Africa Cup of Nations and Mellier's our number 2. You don't want that. It would just bring out the heebie-jeebies and everybody again. Joe Roden will be going mad on the pitch, and we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that again. But yes, we need to get him out. We do. We need to get him out. Going on to another link, and we have been linked with him previously, but I needed to see something a bit more concrete before I spoke about it. But Christantus Uche has been linked with the club, a move from Getafe to Leeds United. His first professional season in La Liga, and he done very well. There were ups and downs, of course, there would be with it being his first professional season. But yeah, this is one talented dude, and it's one of those things where he's got a 21 million release clause, but Getafe expected to accept around 17. Now, when you're talking about the landscape of buying players, sorry, he's an attacking midfielder. He kind of cuts in off the left in that attacking midfield space. Very press resistant. Carries the ball well, good pass for the ball, got an eye for a goal. And I liken him a lot to John Obi Mikel. I think he's got a lot of the way he plays, he's got the stature of John Obi Mikel. And I do think that if Leeds United could get in this kind of player for 17 million, that is a very low risk with a potentially very high reward. So it's one of these things where again, you're looking at like things like Longstaff for like 12 million or 13. Nah, man, get that out of here. Uche is one of those. It would be a risk, like every signing would be, but I do think that the potential of this player who's been recently capped by Nigeria too, uh, he's got the potential to do stuff now. Wolves are interested as well. We know they're looking for a replacement for Cunha. I believe there's interest from a couple of other clubs as well, but it seems Leeds are looking to get this deal sorted in the near future. But I would be completely for Uche's arrival. I think there's a lot of tools to work with here. And in the system that Danny Farker likes to play, he's a very energetic midfielder, pressing from the front. And everything else like that. So he's got all the attributes that Danny Farker looks for in a player, but he's also got the quality and technical ability to succeed in the Premier League for me. So this is one where I would be interested in. And there's a lot of room to grow with this kind of player. And if you can get him for 17 million, you're probably going to sell him on for at least double that in the future if he goes in the trajectory that he's on right now. So yes, Leeds United, let's see if there's any further reports with this one, but apparently the interest is real. Now, the one that I saw a loose link for, and I've got to say this, Joe Gomez, reported by like Liverpool sites that there's 8 Premier League clubs in for him. Joe Gomez, when you're talking about the defender, can play all across the back, left back, right back, centre back. It don't matter for Joe Gomez. He's good at all positions. The big issue for this one, first of all, is the price point, which is around 25 million pounds, which already makes me go, ooh, he's 28 now. But the age isn't the problem. 28 is a great age. The problem is this. This guy cannot stay fit. And it goes along the line of when we talk about Callum Wilson. If you're giving me the player Callum Wilson and he doesn't have injuries, I'm taking him every day of the week. He's a goal scorer. The problem is with Callum Wilson, he's never available. Joe Gomez could be worse than Callum Wilson. Look at some of these injuries and lengths of time that he's been out. You know what? We don't even need to go back to 15, 16. That's a long time ago. Let's just go back to 2021. Patella tendon problems, which is always a risky one. 232 days out. Calf injury, muscle injury, hamstring injuries in the last 2 years. In the last season alone, where he's only been involved in 9 league games. This is one, like the Calvin Phillips one, like the Callum Wilson one. Steer clear, Leeds United. Just steer clear. The quality of the player is not in doubt. That is never in doubt with Joe Gomez. He's a fine defender. He's just always injured. So when you're talking 25 million, there are other avenues to go. So for me, I hope that Leeds United are not in this, especially at a 25 million price point. We need to have a more fitter squad, and we need people that are reliable and will be available for selection. Joe Gomez wouldn't. Listen, if he was fit and ready to go, he'd be first choice in our defense. There's no doubt about it. but he's just never fit. So please, Leeds United, steer clear. And that is it for the transfer talk video today. Please like the video before you go. If you want to donate via super thanks in the comments, it really does help a lot. And also become a member of the channel. Thank you to all existing members of the channel too. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the descriptions. Guys, see you in the next one. Peace out.